Let's be honest, folks. Joe Biden was having a rough go of it even before the whole assassination attempt thing. The man's older than time itself. I mean, he probably remembers the dinosaurs personally, and the Democrats were starting to get a little anxious. Could he really take on Trump again? Honestly, it was starting to feel like a geriatric Rocky movie, but with less punching and more rambling about ice cream. The polls weren't exactly looking great for Uncle Joe. Trump, despite, well, being Trump, was surging ahead. Donors were holding onto their wallets tighter than a squirrel with a nut. And those whispers about finding a new candidate? Yeah, those were getting louder by the day. Then there was the whole debate debacle. Look, I love Biden, I do. But watching him debate was like watching your grandpa try to set up a Wi-Fi router. A whole lot of effort for very little payoff. The man needed a win, and he needed it fast. Picture this. It's a sunny afternoon in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump's holding one of his rallies, serving up his usual word salad of grievance and bravado. MAGA hats are bobbing, YMCA is probably playing in the background. It's all very predictable, until it isn't. Suddenly gunshots. Chaos erupts. Secret Service tackles Trump to the ground faster than you can say, "Kofefe." The news explodes, social media melts down, and everyone's left wondering, did someone actually try to take out the Donald? Turns out yes. Thankfully, the attempt failed, and Trump emerged unscathed, ready to tweet about how this was the greatest assassination attempt ever, very unfair. But the shockwaves, those were just beginning. Now you might think that the Democrats would be secretly popping champagne at the news of an attack on their arch-nemesis. But politics, my friends, is a lot more complicated than that. Plus, celebrating an assassination attempt? Not a good look for anyone. Instead, a wave of something resembling unity washed over Washington. Democrats, Republicans, even Ted Cruz managed to agree that trying to kill your political opponent was a bad thing. The Biden campaign immediately pulled their attack ads and went into full-on thoughts and prayers mode. But behind the scenes, a different kind of anxiety was brewing. See, the Democrats knew that this whole thing could actually help Trump. Nothing rallies the base like a good old-fashioned US versus them narrative. And now, Trump could paint himself as the victim, the hero who dodged a bullet, literally, for his supporters. Section 4. Biden appeals to a nation in shock. So, what's a president to do when his biggest rival becomes the target of a near-fatal attack? If you're Joe Biden, you put on your best, I'm the adult in the room hat and appeal for calm. Gone were the fiery speeches about saving democracy from the orange menace. Instead, we got Biden the consoler-in-chief, urging unity and reminding everyone that violence has no place in a democracy. It was a smart move, honestly. After all, nobody wants to look like they're exploiting a tragedy for political gain, except maybe Ted Cruz, but that's a whole other story. Biden's speeches were all about healing, about coming together as a nation. He even called Trump personally to express his concern, which, knowing Trump, probably involved a lot of awkward silences and bragging about how big the crowd was in Butler. Section 5. Will this change everything? Now the big question on everyone's mind is, will this assassination attempt actually change the course of the election? Honestly, it's way too early to tell. On the one hand, you've got the whole sympathy vote thing. People might rally around Trump, seeing him as a victim and brushing aside all the other, questionable things he's done. Plus, fear is a powerful motivator. If people are scared, they might be more likely to vote for the guy who promises to make America safe again, even if his definition of safe is a little subjective. On the other hand, this whole thing could backfire on Trump. Some voters might see the assassination attempt as a sign that things have gone too far, that the country's divided, and that maybe, just maybe, it's time for a change. Section 6. The future of American politics. So, what does the future hold for American politics? Your guess is as good as mine, folks. But one thing's for sure. This assassination attempt has thrown a giant wrench into the works. Will it lead to a more divided America or a more unified one? Will it propel Trump back into the White House or give Biden the boost he needs to stay there? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. It's going to be one heck of a ride. Buckle up, America. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to News Pulse for more trending topics and breaking news.